November inside the year 2025. I want for welcome on all to the government of Salone weekly press and civic engagement with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. They bring to Famble and Salone. As usual, I want to tell plenty thank you to all we partner them with help we for regional across the country, particularly to the major media house them. We did live on SLBC, live on AYV, live on multiple other platforms them, including with particular blogging partner that we get. Me and the minister we say I like the blogger there. So I'm glad because the blogger like me back. So I'm glad for that. I also want to tell thank you to VSO, where they make sure say all we event in the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, we get sign language interpretation, so we will continue for being inclusive. We tell thank you to UNDP and the Chinese government where they help we for innovate. So I can see I want to apologize today for the inconvenience. Me already don't begin feel today hot since I am small. Because I don't think say people will be moved AC them for one of the main hall, and obviously they don't done for bringing them back and they try for do the renovation here. But today we come for talk. We get plenty good news. Today your press conference is the happiest, one of the happiest ones. Because today we come for talk first for progress and the tourism and entertainment sector. The One Nation Reggae Festival, and then progress at the health sector. And we get some masters, some people there. We don't come for come break down and give you good information. Not to all say no more who come, and for can defend, for can explain. So tell me, now we can talk about something good because we good in there for the country. Before I come to the panel proper, as usual, I can provide quick news updates on what happened over the past week with the government of Salone, President Bio, in leadership involved in. And I think say it writes for the first news we will share that yesterday, 17 November, President Dr. Julius Madabio make history when the Security Council preside in that prestigious position where Salone gets as President of the UN Security Council. So on our already see, for example, President Trump don't tweet the thank you to the country that we approved the major peace plan yesterday for between Israel and Palestine. That session day, the president and chair that session day. So you and Salone today in the past, before you pack on the bounce small, say yes, now we Salone now we go lead at the global level on something we particularly consequential. President Bill also lead a special session where he talk about hunger and rebellion is in a weapon, and he call on the world for let them follow the example we know take for fights against hunger. We don't also announcing the Ministry of Information and Civic Education and all the partners in the governments don't work together for ensure say we now get the first landmark Salone National Food Policy. That policy then a government policy. It include Information Ministry, Tourism Ministry, Trade Ministry, Communications Ministry, everybody will come at implementation. And the cabinet's no approval, and we will work together now for make sure Salone become, we improve the industry, Salone also become a destination for let them come make film, and we will put that in publicly as well, for let the film industry work with we partner in tourism, with partner in all the other ministry there for ensure say we implement. Last week, His Excellency President Julius Madabio been go Cyprus. I want to try for all the Cyprus presidents in Nemo. Nikos Christodoulides. And if I don't say now. If I exam, you know, if you like MCC exam scorecard, where you don't know see the deeper. You don't know say they examine you. We also don't know they say your results, but you don't say the take exam. So it's very important. But President Biogo Cyprus, we make some money as well Cyprus. Cyprus, 9 member of the European Union, and the country they take over the presidency of the European Union. We're very important for Salone. European Union, one of the singular largest contributors to Salone in development, and we require the support for plenty other areas. So we praise President Bio for the big thing that we don't do now, and they talk about the shared legacy we get. And also, we also get plenty of students there at Cyprus. We study them, so President Bio will expand that partnership again. Next one, now that President Bio as chairman of ECOWAS, he also go Nigeria. He go meet with his counterparts. We now the leadership, the president of Nigeria, but he also meets with private sector, different people them for talk about the strong ties between the two countries there for deepening, and follow work together for advance, particularly security at the sub-region. The Honorable Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jule Jallo been on commission this ultra-modern, disability-friendly facility when at the new Aberdeen police station. VP Jule, he praised the Inspector General of Police, Fire Selu, and he will tell the police thank you for when they continue, as in its transition to the service, for continuing for invest in the infrastructure and strengthening the ties to the public. One fake news though them the passport say container come Salone here, cocaine, go Nigeria. The final family no say Salone Port and Harbour Authority the issue a very important clarification on this issue. We release the press statement. The summary of this: the container come Salone, like Grimaldi, that they be responsible for that container in the company. Then check the container, then weigh the container, then register and say it's empty. That's not the empty container. The left here, pass all the water, go reach Nigeria. Where reach the back, then check out, then where both the weight and the description is say empty. It left at Nigeria at their own port. After 8 days, then they go check again. And they say, oh, they see cocaine. And they say, oh, that's Salone the cocaine comes. The other months they add. Oh, you don't start now, empty. You reach out like empty. You don't pack the 8 days. Then, oh, come on, instead, so become the name shots. You want to give the bad name. Because we know why you want the bad name. We don't agree. We don't make it clear, we don't put clear online information there. We invite the Salone Port and Harbour Authority particularly transparent on this issue. They call all the journalists who can see the document, they all Grimaldi issue their own details on it. The Nigerian private, by the way, the news, that only some media hosted call with name day. Nigeria not contact we say, oh, we catch cocaine from the factory, because Nigeria don't say when the boats come on here, let's say I take something I give you. You don't know that you have 8 days after that you come back and say, this thing will give me. You check and first one thing or that thing. They say, this thing will give me something with it. I did it, I got it. You don't pack like your host for 8 good days before you can. So important plug clarify that issue there. ECSL don't validate the electoral inclusion policy for continuing for make sure say people with disabilities, the rights them fully taken care of. So it's our milestone policy within the work on. And this validation and bring together different people across the sector. And this happened on the 13th of November 2025. I think the final one, and for this ministry now. So we need for one more clarification. December 11, December 12, December 13, Ministry of Information and Civic Education, they host the annual Salon Civic Festival, where they bring together all manner of governments, ministry, departments, agency, everybody don't be mandated by His Excellency the President for come and showcase the development, which they don't do, which they achieve, public engagement, and I'm proud for confirm say again this year, we will get even development partners. All international partners then said they can showcase what they do, waiting available for the public. It will be the largest singular festival we will host so far. And it will be an opportunity for all for ask questions. It also will get multiple town halls and side events. We get international guests there where they come. In fact, now, just yesterday I received news from different countries that they contact to say they want to attend the festival. Somaliland, Somalia, the government Somaliland don't contact me say they bring a dedication for camp. We get people from Kenya where they come. We get people from the United States where they come. UNESCO, the regional team, they come. AFS, the world's largest student exchange program. Then top leadership, when they come, they count young people as well. And then so they do some small good thing now. For all the people that they say they want to come or can meet. The keynote speaker this year are internationals. The guest speaker and the keynote speaker opening at President Bill, the two chief ministers, the three for close and the honorable vice president. The guest speaker will be Mavuso Moan. I don't mistake the last name, but the first name is Mavuso. Good friend. He served at the freedom movement with former President Nelson Mandela and the member of the ANC Youth Wing. Is considered by many as a conscience of South Africa today. They don't live for camp, they can talk to you about what it means for sacrifice for the country. We get Professor Twine Lam, the camp, he comes Vietnam on a president for Columbia University, the program on family and population health. They come and they can deliver the guest lecture for the two. And the three, we get UNESCO and AFS, the leadership. And then they talk alongside the Vice President. Finally, yes, we get a concert on day 3 for close the Salonic Pass with All Festival. And that concert will take place here at U Building. We're very proud to say we get top artists there across the country who will join we to perform. We only done immediately, they start immediately after the festival. We hope for done by 10:30, 11 and not me, we stick to time. Then we will cow the there with fans them. We will have boy out with cow. Oh, we don't have back. We go enjoy at the back. So we at the ministry they buy tickets the back for all now they cover the press conference and they get tickets. So now account we will go to now, we will provide transportation. Follow go river number 2 for sure say Salon. Salon. They live the country above all else. We don't affect nobody can be to nobody can be with a gold barry. We are party to all man, all the artists there, and we party them, we support them. County there with President Bio appointee as an entertainment ambassador. So we are on a level left social media business team. Now we don't know all the talk. We can out to which we can afford. But I mean, I will say what I will do. I want to start with health. Then we can out to outside the enjoyment day. Maybe I'm glad he said they will get 2 of the most outstanding women in the government of Salon. On the right, now me right hand back, the Honorable Dr. Jalika Mustafa, Una we know that not see me into una partner, una twin them, we fit together, we work closely together, and in repetition we get Deputy Minister of Health too, is that it gets sense back. Now sense you, it gets sense back. Una say and so top bossy recently come on Harvard and go make Salone proud here again. Multiple fellowships. And today we can share something updates on what we do for vet cervical cancer. So we allow we don't talk, we come to the Minister of Tourism and Culture, and then the Director, Mr. Fodejalo, himself, we just focus on the festival. So first we'll give my Minister 7 minutes. Then we lay the issue for we the progress on the health side, on the cervical cancer, and then we will do the transition. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Brother Minister. So, good afternoon, family. First of all, I'm glad for the accident for talking about this very important fete, hold on the fete in the Ministry of Health. Yesterday, Monday, 17th November 2025, has been the first thing in the world for celebrate Action Day for eliminate cervical cancer. So this is a day where who help people from all over the world don't affect forget one day when a bad day we they commemorate and say this is the day where they come together for show how they affect for cervical cancer in the world. Yesterday Salone joined all the countries in the world for celebrate the first one. And we do them in really grand style. What is cervical cancer? Cervical cancer, all man know it in the word cancer, right? Most cancer then naturally, they able to prevent and forcefully get out. But you're able to detect and early treat them. With cervical cancer, the difference now, this is one of the very few cancer in the world we will be able to prevent with a simple vaccination. So maculates. What is they call cervical cancer? We get an infection, they call it HPV, the long name human papillomavirus, where people they get from mommy and daddy business. What we call sexually transmitted infection. Where you get that infection, they usually as woman them, after 10, 20, 30 years, we will develop what they call cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is the second most common cause of cancer for women in this country. The number one cause is breast cancer, number two is cervical cancer. For me, cervical cancer is even more dangerous because you can see that with simple maculates they're able to prevent. When women begin to do mommy daddy business, usually in this country, a teenager between 12 to 18, 19 years. If you meet person with that infection, man them or boy beginning go get the infection, they're not really affected, then they do what we call career. So they will get this infection and yourself, you might get symptoms, you might not get symptoms. Maybe after 10, 20, 30 years, you get cervical cancer. And in this country, every year we diagnose about 500 women then, more than 70% of the women they end up dying from this sickness. Where we take a very high mortality rate. This don't go on for decades in this country. In 2013, the Ministry of Health decided for pilot this maculates because first it not be available in the country and we not be even get services then for treat or diagnose cervical cancer. 2013 we get this maculates, we pilot in the country and we see some of the good effects then for 2023, so 2 years ago, the Ministry of Health get ourselves with all the partner them will make a proper strategy for how we will fix this sick for totally end in this country. Why we do that day? Because we see say they keep boku of woman there with mama there with sister them, and we see say with a small cost-effective intervention, it can be prevented forever and ever. So we make this cervical cancer elimination strategy August 2023, and in October, for the first time ever in Salone, we'll take this maculates. We'll be one of the first countries that we do that. we put on our routine market schedule within this country. What say routine? We all know say we get routine market, they want to keep picking them, big people them. So we take that market, we count them with government of Salone, Ministry of Health, and we partner them, especially Gavi and UNICEF. We put on our market schedule and we give almost 200,000 picking each 10 years. We give them this market. Inside 2 weeks. But then we continue from here. Up to now, we don't give almost 500,000 picking in that market. Then we go one step further. This year, we decide say now, every girl picking will eligible and they at risk for this infection between 11 and 18 years. This year, we will give them that market. Yesterday, we launched the market campaign with a target 1 million girls between 11 and 18 years. Way by the way, now all the girls picking away in this country between 11 and 18 years. We check, we get the numbers, we target them mostly in a school because they expect most of them picking every day. But we also get a very strong out of school strategy where they target so that nobody will be left behind, no matter outside they. And for that way, they work with the civil society partners there. That day, one of the most important strategy because that vaccine day, if you take them before exposure to the infection, it's more than 90% effective for make sure so you don't ever get this cancer in your life. Now, we not only do that because we get more women, we already be exposed to this infection, and then they get this sick anyway. We also don't put in place measures for screen women, where will they check you regularly for see if you get this infection. If you get the infection, we're able to treat you for make sure so you don't reach to cervical cancer. Last year, we begin set up the screening sites there, and this year, January, we get 9. Between January and now, we don't get 24 sites. Every single district in this country. We get 7 in the Western district, urban and rural, and we get 1 in each of the other districts across the country. The sites in there, we don't train health workers 5 per facility. We get the equipment then. And the amazing thing is when the woman comes, then they diagnose you that same day if you get infection or you get the early cervical cancer changes, and then they treat you that same day so that then they cure you there and then so you don't go develop this sick and will lead to you die. The other thing also, even women they don't get cervical cancer, through their screening they are able to detect them early so that either we treat you that way or if you need surgery, we don't get a team. We start out with the Zambian doctor, we can begin to do the surgery there with me, but I also don't begin to train local surgeon there. So that now they do the surgery in this country. First step as you go Ghana, you spend $7,000-$8,000 for go do this surgery. And for the very few cases that we will not able to catch on time, we also set up what we call hospice so that they will treat them and make them comfortable. But the goal now for make we even not reach to that stage, we possibly even get early cancer. Now for prevent the infection in the first place with the simple markets or don't begin you regard picking them. In 10-20 years, cervical cancer will be a thing of the personal salon. As ministry, we're very passionate about this. I can tell people they say, my own granny, he died 19 years ago from cervical cancer. That time we don't know what that sickly means. His Excellency the President himself don't tell me, don't lose close person from cervical cancer. And he give it the mandate, say this not to seek way from anyone in this country again. Now thank you.
And this I can say no soya binde cancer, one of the biggest killers this country. Now is also now the natural city measure that we don't put in place in 10 years to 15 years. For let you know, right now the current statistics say basically every day 1 woman they die of cervical cancer in Asalo. So this when we now put this in place, it will prevent thousands and thousands of mama them, we sister them from dying. Some period before this time will be considered say impossible in Asalo because of the work we persevere we do. Now today we will talk about MCC. I tell somebody say, no go to immunization. We can't do immunization. We are one of the best performing countries, and because of the leadership of President Bio, the fantastic team we get at the Ministry of Health. We include a minister and 2 deputy ministers there. So I want to tell you, Madam Minister, plenty thank you. Clearly, you bring passion and real commitments to this issue. And I hope say we all, by the way, some people in the share fake news video them for discourage people from taking McLean's and for resist that urge there, especially when I was in the fourth estate. Because these McLean's they save lives. No secret plan on it. Not to follow, not make this, that, and for make sure say we save lives, like I say, and I work and they will continue to do. Now look at to reggae business. It's not the sweet parts by the press conference. I'm glad to welcome my colleague, my sister, the Minister for Tourism and Culture, Madam Nabila Tunis, who we all know, he don't champion particularly this one nation concert, which makes me excited by him because it's consistent with the theme who's said on the push by the ministry as one country. Say yeah, we all the country big pass we all. And the minister don't need try for put Salone on the map, for let Salone become a choice destination for arts, for culture, for people who want to come back. Madam Minister, we'll give you the first 7 minutes. Let me explain the rationale behind this one nation concert, what people will expect. And then we'll turn to your director. Let me give you, I will say, the technical details. Because last I didn't know technically you can dot the I and cross the T there. Over to you, Madam Minister.
Chair, thank you very much, my colleague Minister. I want to join my colleagues at the table, the high table now, for welcoming all to this press conference and for telling us plenty thank you for listening to it. Today, we and I have to talk about the One Nation Reggae Festival. And for telling us in the One Nation Reggae Festival, a festival where we at the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs don't sit down and craft out, because they look at how we go able to drive traffic to Sierra Leone. We all know say His Excellency the President. Now President we get passion, he gets depth, he really motivates we all to think outside the box. So as a ministry, me and my team, we don't sit down for the past couple of months and years. We first come with the Tourism for All campaign for deepen the understanding about tourism and culture in Sierra Leone and bring everybody on board, especially regarding the creative industries and waiting each and every person gets for contribute. And this year, we get this year of ecotourism where we connect culture, conservation and community. And we don't do a series of activities this year, but now we did have to talk about the One Nation Reggae Festival. Why the One Nation Reggae Festival? I'm not sure how many of you understand, but reggae is one set of music, a genre of music we're recognized by UNESCO as a heritage. Reggae has been recognized as that music we're able to promote unity, able to promote resilience, able to promote love, able to promote spirituality. So for all the music that we get, now reggae music, no more UNESCO don't really recognize as that kind of intangible cultural heritage as globally. And the One Nation Reggae Festival, they seek to promote the resilience and the shared heritage we Sierra Leone get with the Caribbean. So what did we do this year? We get a 6-day event where they start on the 25th and they end on the 30th. And this is not the very first time the ministry and its partners, they come up with an event within 6 days. The reason is, again, the ultimate objective now for drive traffic to Sierra Leone. When I don't notice that we don't do a lot of things, we don't self within I am, they post a lot of positive news about Sierra Leone. They showcase the beauty and the value where we people they get. But we now they package that into a 6-day period where people will find the need for the come to Sierra Leone on a regular basis. So I want to run quickly through, the essence of the 6 days we will get. On the 25th, we will get an official launch of the One Nation Reggae Festival. And we expect the father of the nation, the father of democracy, His Excellency the President, and the entire ministers and the international artists at that launching event on the 25th, now being to Mani Hotel. Now, an event where we invite everybody for camp, for them to go see how we promote the shared culture, the shared heritage with gastronomy, with language, because I should say some of them understand, say, the Caribbean, then they talk Patois, so we they talk Creole. The food and everything, with mannerisms, with behavior, it's so similar. So we can use that day to demonstrate the shared heritage where we and the Jamaica and the wider Caribbean get on the 25th. On that day, we will also get a few activities, a recognition of the past hero there. I should say some of them are not they follow the weekly street quiz that we don't do for the past 7 to 8 weeks, where we try to galvanize and understand the receptiveness where reggae music gets at Salone. And we realize it cuts across. It's universal, all ages, all walks of life. People love reggae music, whether it's lovers rock, whether it's dancehall reggae, whether it's roots rock reggae. We find out that Sierra Leoneans, they really get this appetite and love for reggae music. So that's going to happen on the 25th. On the 26th, we get a freedom tour where we trace steps there. We now all understand the value of Sierra Leone in transatlantic slave trade. We now also notice Salone, especially Freetown, now like a historical area. So we visit them when they come, we carry them around all inside of it. We carry them to the Peace Museum, then they go to Cotton Tea, St. John's the Maroons Church, then they go to the King's Yard Gate, Old Wharf Steps, and several other monumental areas in our Freetown for remind me of the history and the relevance we get as a country. On the 27th, we get a creative clinic, and that creative clinic, it emanates from a need for them we develop our own Salone sound. You know, we get the Aman piano way that they relate to from South Africa. But here in Salone, we get our own national instruments, with local instruments where we try to blend with the reggae music for creating a unique sound. So on that day for the creative clinic, we get a unique sound where we develop and share with the public as your unique Salone sound. On the 28th is the big day for the concert. And the 28th, we get with national artists then, Radisson Blue Garden, we get with national artists then, they perform alongside the international artists. So far, we get over 10 international artists for the first time in Sierra Leone. We get the headliner winner, Sizzla Kalonji. We also get Christopher Martins, when they come Sierra Leone. We get Queen Ifrica, inside the camp. We get Didier Awadi from Senegal. We get Jah Fonda, also from Jamaica. We get Danny Bless from Trinidad and Tobago. We get Luke and I from Jamaica. We also get Arcade from Jamaica. And we get also DJ SKS from Jamaica as well. And then we get a few other artists then, emerging artists, Makeda, Earth Warrior, DJ Kali and Courtney. Also, when they sing and they sing reggae artists then from Jamaica. These people will perform alongside our national artists, primarily the Reggae Union, where you get the Afri Maroons, the Rasmo, the Rascata, Al Brian, we get Block Jones, we get Stuntman, we get Mr. Sam, we get several people there where they perform alongside. Plus that, we also get guest artists there, because if we bring that many international artists there, we also have to expose them to our own artists there, even though they're not do reggae music, but they're actually renowned artists there. So we also get guest artists there, we will perform alongside the international artists there, so they can see the value, the products that we get in Sierra Leone. On the 29th, we get a reggae freestyle day. In Juicer's in Wena, the East, we open up the stage for couple artists then we're not able to make up to the prime time and the prime performance on the 28th, because so far we get about 67 artists. For the past 7 to 8 weeks, we not able to a weekly stage performance, and we're not able to galvanize artists from upcountry, from Bo, the Coscobis, then when I will see them on stage, he's a lecturer at Jala, and you will see the conscious vibes that we transport through in music. We also get with artists then from Makini, and then on our side they will perform on the 28th. But those other artists then, when we're not able to accommodate on the 28th, we will bring them on the 29th with a few of other artists then for perform at Eastland. So now we see like the Rap G's, the Article Foils, then they perform free of charge to the other brothers and sisters. And then on the 30th, the whole event will end. We did take with international artists, the Sizzlers, the Christopher Martin, and the entire entourage go across to Bonds Island. And so we now all understand the relevance of Bonds Island in the transatlantic slave trade. We declare that we shine a spotlight on the importance we Sierra Leone gets for reclaiming position in the transatlantic slave trade. So we all go on an all-white heritage celebration in Bonds Island, so we can draw the attention to Bonds Island, the relevance of Bonds Island, with our Jamaican brothers and sisters at that particular place. So we get about a 6-day event. We encourage you now all to come join me. There are tickets for the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. Those are ticketed cost and we will not get for pay, because 50% of every cost we you pay, it will go towards the creative village. The Ministry of Tourism don't get land, and that particular money where we get will be put on towards the creative village. For them, we will able to continue to nurture the talents where we get at the cultural industries and the creative industries. So I think I will stop here for now because the time not done and hand over. I will come back to now with the extra benefits of the actual concert and the entire 1 week reggae festival. So thank you very much.
If you can't love me now, don't love me inside, because my inside is much. Is there people not there? Eh? Oh Lord, don't let me cheat on my girlfriend. We will not get girlfriend, we don't need that music. They want to get girlfriend. So, you know, this now great lineup. World-class events. Lots of thinking don't go into this. So, Director, Mr. Fodejalo, we Director of Culture and Creative, Director, Senior Director of the Ministry. Family want to know now the technical, logistical details. I will go participate. Almost with the cost way. Different event in day one. How we go? Day one we are some about electric free business. Who's one are free? Who's one are pay? How much? The artists there. One has no longer bad name. Me na me get bad name. But the artists there, we not bad. Uda the day, Uda what the left, Uda what the art, how what the mixer. The minister mentioned some people there. So just give me the logistical details now, for we will get to it. Yes.
Good afternoon, viewers. Where are they? Today, as soon as some people say, you will meet people there. If you're in a boost, you will sleep in a bed. So, I mean, the only person who is ministers. I thank you for that. Last year, you know, since the new minister came, how we turn to not also turn again. Last year, we give the tourism for our campaign. We take tourism to the doorstep of the people there. This year, we do the year of ecotourism. Ecotourism will connect people, communities, and conservations. We get conservation, So we don't even go from town to town, village to village, district to district, for enlightening people that will take ecotourism. For now, connect culture and communities now, that's when we come to the one, they should get the festival. For link, they fuse the culture between the Caribbean and Sierra Leone. We all see, we all are one and the same. And just because of the area, they normally live in there and only can freedom. The thing they will not put in place. First of all, we invite you now all for helping cover the 22nd. The 22nd, we will do a massive, first of its kind float parade. We will begin from Waterloo. We will go end along the beach. Let's just imagine. Yes. Just imagine we can do one, we don't do several bloggers, we don't do several for the eastern, we don't do for central, we don't do for western, for this step. We don't want that cost because tourism business is normal business. So we can begin. The 25th night, people will not say, we will not lie. For everything we say, what will minister talk on a policy statement? Figure out no one, I'm not saying for long, and fire for one hour. On the 25th, they don't tell me now, we ask that now all will join me. And what will join me there, aside from the official and protocol side of it, we go there for doing food, we have gastronomy, we go there for doing arts, culture, fashion, food exhibition, and then we go there for doing the area and the business. with all the culture I took there, go and know.
So the food, they need pay.
You know well, someday you will food tasting, but someday you will buy small.
Follow the client.
Now Susu. So the 26th, they don't tell us say we do talk. And we make sure say we taste, we step them back. We know say we are in the province of freedom. And during slavery, we play important role, and during the abolition of slavery, we equally play important role. I know we get places like Fobe College, Bonds Island, Nightball, Fobe College. They go and test now for no say the ships them when they be destroyed at the high seas. When they teach them, when they can't destroy them, both them when they be put by and they take away the rafters and the stern of the old Fobe College like Lime. And that's why we don't nominate Bonds Island and related sites at the western area. So all the sites that they will take and go there, now we give them now, they can't get anybody forget. So when they come to that nomination day, we already don't get what we call the outstanding universal value, OUV, with authenticity and clear account integrity. Yeah. So the 27th, first of its kind. You know one model that stands, one teach people, they say each one teach one. This is November to November. The 27th, we will go get cultural clinic. During cultural clinic, I don't go for 1 bit, 1 grand, and then we culture together. Yeah, that of the Caribbean and Sierra Leone. Then at next, we get the VIP show. The VIP show at 3,000 euros. What do we the country at 3 million euros? Chapter 1. So, okay, go by invitation. Okay, now by invitation, but the minister said, we don't change it now by invitation. I mean, 3,000 we say, but now we don't make it by invitation. I don't say minister, I don't get to you. So we not for able to go there. Some of you in the villages, now minister is the man now.
Are you also
we all go, now there is a blue garden. There is a blue garden. Now they have the tickets still out for that 200,000. If you buy now till the 20th, that 200,000. If you wait for the day, the one day holiday before the stage, because we make barricade, now 400,000. The one day holiday after the barricade, before the one day holiday before the stage, now 300,000. The one day holiday now the VIP, now 1,000, will have become 1 million euros. And then the VVIP, now 1,500, will have become 1,500,000. Yeah, and then the 29th, Minister Notel has said we get the brunch, the bonfire, Mosa, yes, we get something, but same way so, we will accommodate this. We all day at Choosers Inn at Ferry Junction, free of charge. We will make sure say that 60 now this mama don't go to 71 artists. So we will give opportunities to all the 71 artists a day. For let them all make sure say people they feel part of this program. And then on the 30th, again, I shall say there are 3,000 for one of the White Heritage Party. Then we will carry everything: food, drinks, boat ride, tour. Bonds Island, now the most renowned slave fort in the entire West Africa and Black Africa. For a simple fact that Namibia always will produce professional slaves. During the time of slavery and the industrial time, the people away, I will talk to you, I will not tell you why. They produce black sugarcane and tobacco. But then people are holding down tobacco and sugarcane farm because they are Africans and they know it will eat something you would find in the eat. And I guess we don't use for it. So that Bonds Island no more than the get slave them. When a professional rice planters, and that people get a very strong relationship with the Kulagichin people of North and South Carolina. So they were professionals, because without them, the others not will be able for survive. So if this month, a former sociologist and historian referred to Bonds Island as the place where history sleeps. But under Nabila Fahida told this, it is the place whose side history, they alive and taking a rural and the land of Sierra Leone. And there were people that left through the gates of no return and go to the new world and end up in the Caribbean. For this particular program, we will bring them back to Sierra Leone through the gates of return, whether the Lugia International Airport, and then all today we did put up on the street. So we will call on all for being ambassadors for them. We go and tell the people and say, yes, indeed, we can connect cultures and communities. We are going to hear from people.
Professional slave.
Yeah? Turn back right on time. We go for big college, the same way I go for big college. We also can say this man is a legend for big college. And number one man, we will understand and we understand. We will never get more. So I make we handle the mic, we're not surprised. The ability for communicate men to members of the same family. Yeah? So now we can give a chance for Lord to ask questions. I'm telling you, it's a happy place confidence for Kampala. In fact, we win the fight against cervical cancer. We get a historic One Nation festival. We get top artists there from all over the world in the camp. We get local artists there. Okay, somebody be don't say one question online. He say, Madam Minister of Tourism, what's now you plan for reduced flight costs, ferries for affordable safe crossing, and a standard mall and national park outside tourism overseas? So you get one question already. Now look at yeah. Last week my year starts. Like that. Yeah, okay. Take notes. Alright, sitting position, very important. Is in a journalist? I see white boy in the picture. In a journalist? White person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's so. I will get my logo. They can't see it later. Yes.
Mohammed Usman Bangola, Capital Television Speaker. Madam Minister of Health, Deputy Minister of Health, there is a stereotypical thought about vaccine as a rule. Why, especially when they go at the interiors, the villages, they always get the concept saying this vaccine, when they can move people and so, and for make them not born again, for make them reduce the bad rates. Would I want to do thorough sensitization to the people before I carry these activities? But I'm Minister of Tourism. I like reggae. In fact, if you host, I like a music that they play. Somebody told me about it. When I was little boy, he said to me, crime does not pay. Okay? Now, so they can shut down. Writing out the plans that we don't put in place after the festivity, for creativity, for the one way they involve in creativity, wait for the plans we don't put. Then two, finally, whose sustainability with this festive, no forward.
Thank you. You are a person of the fine voice. Who is it behind? Not single. We will get fine voice now. We don't want to sing. Aha. Go ahead.
They want to sing, you want to sing.
You're talking about culture. Watch the recording minister of information and civic education. The only minister in Bill's government where they showcase the cultural values for where the learning costumes at home and abroad. All of this is the minister of education. Now let me come to you. But who wants? I got a lot of calls that were wow. Where it gets you on significance. How could you partner or create a cultural revolution for a partner with civic education for enhanced one, submission, subordination, almost the rule of law, respect for each other, can create an atmosphere like our Nigerian counterpart, wherein the foreign, the fit-in policy will only work effectively well, provided our entertainment and realize the cultural, traditional, and customary potentiality. If not, it's just go with it without economic benefit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Maybe when I don't say the panel and the team, I also I know more than I people speak English now, so go ahead.
Yes, my name is Sally Kuya. It's from exclusive. Yeah, Mr. Foley, Chalo, he talked, say, the old Fubi College building, very determined way of the felt, and she the way they come, and who did it destroy. Then puts it in the building that they use for making the acts of old Fubi College building. The minister, we understand the US government give $45,000 for the rates the old college building. You can give me an update of that particular money.
All right. Yes. Madam.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fatih Buzani, and I'm the report for the Women's Voice newspaper. Madam Deputy Minister, about the cervical cancer vaccine, the question we are asked now, how person can detect, say, you don't get cervical cancer, and waiting at the early symptoms then, when we're able to detect you don't get cervical cancer. Madam Nabila Chimisma, concerning the one nation reggae, we recently for instance like the case of God, and I know what we some. My question we are ask the money where we get from this one nation reggae, waiting they get for do it because if we can see most of the monument areas in the country don't fade out, so not too okay again. So I don't know if some Pada money they get for going to that day, and also when the Leicester Peak project is
Today I'm glad it is so we are allowed to ask 4 or 5 questions, double the question, you know. But it's okay.
Alright. Real name now Osman Minte for Mentor Lines. Madam, I'll be one actually one day I'll be watch France 24 when we talk about tourism in Salon. By 1982, before the war began, the tourism will give money past mine in Salon. But after the war came, Lebanon Island, the whole thing goes up. What should I don't put in place for local back that top side of tourism in West Africa? Almost we get for tourism in the year. This country, people only the kind of country. I want to know the Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we don't get the first round, the second round is a kind, but Lord answer the first. I think we'll start with you again, so we'll end on the majority of question and name. You get 2 questions there. One, what we do for tackle vaccine misinformation is a big issue here. I think senior you they continue to work on. And then second one, practical question. How in terms of detection, waiting somebody for the way it comes to cervical cancer.
Okay, so for the communities then, Minister mentioned say Salon are one of the countries where we get the best immunization rates in the world. Not by accident. Because we get a very strong team at the Ministry of Health. We call them the EPI team, Expanded Program on Immunization, where they work on this immunization here. And they don't work by themselves. We get the whole Directorate of Reproductive Health, where they work with EPI, where they work with partners then, where they work with civil society, where they work with paramount chiefs, we get community health workers then. All of them people here done they work for years for make sure say we can go the right information but we immunization will market them to the communities then. Track record also very important. We don't give markets in this country for years without any incidents. Where any vaccine or any new medicine is put in this country, we get the pharmacy board where they regulate. Then they do test against them. Some of them are Salon, but the one that when they do test in Salon, they send them to Ghana. We won't test them for check the efficacy, for check the safety, and make sure that they're okay for the people. Where it can, we also they do it we call pilots. So we take a small group of people and monitor them. And if any adverse reaction, that's what we call them, we get a proper reporting mechanism and reporting lines. So somebody will go report and we'll make sure we address at ASAP. This vaccine in particular, we don't get in this country from 2013. 2023 now will be the first mass vaccination, and we give about 500,000 people without no incident. Now the same vaccine, not a different one, and all they can give so. More of a vaccine we are using in other parts of the world for decades. Now it reach Africa that way they can make this cervical cancer revolution. For countries in the West don't use this vaccine, not any different vaccine. And the same vaccine, WHO regulated, WHO guaranteed, where we partners and send for we self the test and only just take them, and then before we can go our communities. So they're 100% safe. But for the information at the community there, we really don't do the work. Not until today we don't begin the vaccine. We already get a strong immunization pathway and platform. We just leverage on the strength of that platform in our one we use. And this particular one, because we're going to school them as well, we don't work with two sister ministries, the Ministry of Education, the two ministries of education them, and Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, for make sure say we sensitize the communities, then work with the teachers, them, teacher union, them, parents, them, PTAs, all them people that they involved. So we're very confident say people will accept the vaccine. Where we carry COVID vaccine in 2019, the way we immunize people and the rate we do it been 10 times, 20 times faster than even waiting Western countries than they do, because we people in trust we make a permanent business. The second question, one of the bad things about cervical cancer is that by the time you get symptoms, usually it is too late for you. So you don't get this HPV infection for years, and you get no symptom. If you're lucky, you go get one or two symptoms. We get what we call warts, genital warts, when I grow where somebody go get something small one, something big one, but a very few people will get that themselves. Some people will get say, okay, what they do my main business and they get paid or they bleed. But that they very rare. Most people are not getting no symptoms at all until 10, 20, 30 years later you get this cervical cancer. The only way for let you know, now for number one, first of all take the immaculate of course for preventer, but also number two, for they do your regular screening. Now they could not set up 24 sites across the country. Everything now free. We get to do this cervical cancer. You need to pay 1 cent for the immaculate. For one of their screening sites there, we get the Western area, we get all the district there, all now free. When you go, they will watch you say, you not get them or you get them. If you not get them, they will tell you according to your age. Say come back in 3 years or in 5 years, no can do screening back for you, still not free. If you get them, they will stage and say you get only one will treat you today. You sometimes a bit more advanced, come back in 1 month or 2 months for can do surgery or for can see specialist. So I just want to reiterate say the only way for know and for prevent now if they go you regular screening and check up. Because you will get how they pass you money.
Minister, 2 quick information. Now Western area signing center. You know that information?
Yes. Give me 1 second. Whilst I defend the information, I just want to acknowledge, say, we really get strong people in our Ministry of Health. I don't mention some of the way they work on this. Thank you, because none of this is not possible. Starting with the minister and the immunization team and the reproductive health team on the work on this. Now in the Western area, we get a PCMH hospital, King Hamad Road Hospital, Ross Road Community Health Center, Moriton Community Health Center, Jue Hospital, Regent Community Health Center, and Lakapo Farm Community Health Center.
And then, so that's good. Anybody can go there, say you can do screening for cervical cancer. And all women with a coil, every woman at least go do a one time that you know you start also.
Yes, please.
And then the second question is the vaccine only available for young girls? When are the cutoff age? Who will get the vaccine?
So for this campaign now, between 11 to 18 years, and reason for that name. Number when you don't get this, the vaccine, like I said, 90% effective for prevent cervical cancer because you take them before you ever get exposure to the HPV virus. Then maybe they target young girls them before they begin do money and the business. When person begin do money and the business, it highly likely say they already not get exposure to the virus, and after exposure to the virus, the vaccine not that effective again. It still can prevent, but in order 90 to 100% effective again. So because you balance cost effectiveness of the program, you want to target the people that where they at risk the most, but also we will benefit the most.
So if I all 25, I want the vaccine.
You know where you get the vaccine now at 25. The best way they do for yourself at 25, and for go and then screening site there, every 3 to 5 years, they will check you if you get any sign. Most times when they catch them before you reach to cancer, I get an early stage where they call their big English name and no one talk about, but they catch them that 10 day, you treat them before you reach cervical cancer.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Madam Minister. I really hope so now we're able to spread all this really critical public health information out there. Madam Minister of Tourism, One Nation Festival, you get plenty questions in here. Waiting our plan for creativity, for maintaining post the festival, with the sustainability plan. The back talk about cultural revolution, working on film and all that in them for encourage people to adopt agriculture. They ask about the MBC old building, the 45,000 where the Americans and give. Waiting, what do you do for that? The money from the festival, if money make and sell, because we think about all the artists that they come, I don't know, net, if not profits they make, or whatever the return side they go. And then there was another question where they talked about what do they do for revamp the entire tourism sector and waiting at the current contribution of the tourist sector to the tourism sector to the economy. So quite a few questions there, but we'll give you, let's say, 6 minutes between one or two.
Thank you very much. Quickly, first of all, thank you for the questions there. The first online question we've encountered have been the plans for reduced flight costs and whether we get standard mall and some other facilities for attract tourism. Again, this is why as a ministry we don't push for get a private sector driven industry. Things regarding the flight costs, not they within the domain. The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, now one ministry that the way its success hinge on the full cooperation of other ministries. So like something like a flight costs, not they within the own domain, it is directly within the domain of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. But we work together, we'll see what measures we can put towards enhancing or easing the burden on the travelers and when they come. Because definitely Sierra Leone is not an expensive destination because primarily of the flight costs and the taxes and where we pay in our airport. So this is being done. Regarding the facilities as well, we get lots of private sector. You will find out say the investment capacity don't increase. We get lots of people that really invest in different facilities in Salone. And as a government, we are grateful to the Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project for the free world-class tourism sites then we will be available. Somebody asked when Leicester Peak will done. Leicester Peak will done towards the end of this year and it will be available for commissioning upon His Excellency's availability early next year. The next question will be about the plans for the festival for those in creativity. It would interest you to know that what we do, we always focus on the people. The people are central as we have been informed on by His Excellency the President. So what we don't do, we get about 71 people and we don't put a lot of exposure on. Then people here don't they practice, they don't they perfect their skills, and it's not just the vocalists, but the instrumentalists, the drummers, the guitarists, the pianists, and all of the entire ecosystem where they around music and the production of music don't get this level of exposure. But what next is gonna happen? We get 2 of the finest artists for Go na Jamaica, for Go perform. There's an event in Jamaica next year from January to February. The Honorary Consul will be here next week for the same festival and we will select 2 of the finest artists for Go out there. That in itself is exposure. Aside from the exposure where we give artists there to international artists. Just imagine if we get really good artists there, they're able to wow the international artists. I'm sure we'll be seeing collaboration. So let me put with prayers and hope that the international artists coming in, we really see the need for work with real artists there in that kind, in that area. We also get the creative clinic. When I remember, we talk about the exclusive saloon sound. Our people are now in the studio, and they develop the different sounds of the different instruments that we get for develop a unique sound where it will be your unique saloon sound, where it will be for we set like. Besides that, the proceeds of the concert itself, because again, we don't use for the free entertainment, but these are international artists coming in. We get to be responsible as a people for whatever we pay for waiting we get. We have like a lineup of more than 5-6 internationally renowned artists, plus real national artists, and the least way they pay na 200,000 euros. I think it's a steal, really, to be honest with you now. And 50% of that 200,000 euros. So if you pay 200,000 euros, 100,000 of the money they go in towards the creative village, which will really help them with brothers and sisters when they're out in the street. Because one thing we hear about the tourism industry, everybody gets a God-given talent we God here. So all you need for Luna to nurture that talent, whether that's for music, whether that's for performing arts, theater, business, whether that's for fashion and design, once you're able to nurture that talent into a productive level, you will be able to make money. And just how many problems they will get? That 500,000 jobs will forget. The problem they will get with push and anything you will be able to get people there gainfully employed through the tourism and cultural industry. So that's the benefit. My brother and I are talking about culture. Unfortunately, learned brother or big brother, you're not even wearing anything where they say you're not Sierra Leone. They're actually in European attire. And the brother here as well is representing Africa. This is not Sierra Leonean attire at all. But at the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, especially last year and this year, we can normally make the first 3 days Africa culture. We get pictures, there is a go down the website, you will see pictures of the whole welcome to cruise. Where would they give gifts to people there? Where would they do we outfit them? Now country clothes. When we go for our international events there, now we country clothes them with national attire and everywhere. So I really feel safe for that kind of thing and the change starts with you. So help us to tell people to wear una gara, una wear una country clothes. Not kind of wait to go a short and tie the day for it. So next time, please, we're hoping that we could do something around that. You also spoke about the film policy. The way government works, from my perspective, government delivers as one. And no entity will be able to operate in isolation. So when it comes to the delivery of the film policy, tourism has a very strong, if not the strongest component within that. Because if we're talking about performing arts, we're talking about creativity, events management, all of these things that come into the production, then the tourism ministry is very central. So certainly by virtue of our positioning and what we have to contribute and our mandate, our constitutional mandate, we will definitely support whatever is being done around the film policy. So I want to assure you of that. General Julia also spoke about the 45,000. Unfortunately, that's misinformation, but Mr. Kodejalo will respond to that. They did not give us, nobody gave us money for renovating old farming college. But Mr. Kodejalo, when at the Director of Culture, Creativity and Innovation, will speak to that extensively. Somebody also came up asking at the economic benefit of the One Nation Reggae Festival. Is that what you mentioned? The person who asked the question. Now let's look at it. Let me assume, say, the benefit of the One Nation Reggae Festival. We invest like 500, yeah? The multiplier benefits that we will get. Number one, you have world-class international artists there, reggae artists there. They come for shine a spotlight on Sierra Leone. That is changing the narrative, yeah? So the perception itself, putting Sierra Leone on the global stage. That now once we don't even quantify, you know where to put the money to that. When we look back, the jobs that we will bring out to people there. For the past couple of weeks, we've been using our Grimes band, amazing, all of them are there. We don't put money into people's pockets. We don't hold sessions that where people they can't sell chop, then they can't sell food, then they can't sell that in Gala. So we put a lot of money into people's pockets. We also don't attract people then when they're not with the evidence in there, they don't come to the table and they don't showcase, they don't perfect their skills there. Just imagine how much money then people they go with. So if I'm not for you and I figure out not wrong with that, but I can tell you that what we put into the One Nation Reggae Festival, we will make 3 times or maybe 4 times that. And the reason is It's going to be an annual event, not a one-off event. Next year, we're going to have the One Nation Reggae Festival 2026. So we will be improving on it as we go along. Somebody also talked about, and then also the money. We also need to use 50% again into the creative village. We all know already the advantages of having a creative village. Our brothers and sisters will have a space to develop their inner talent, to nurture the talent where God did it. Where nobody will take away from them, but they can nurture that talent. Also, the last question was, what have we put in place to advance tourism? This is what we're doing. The ultimate objective is to get as many people to your country. So we don't engage in MICE tourism, and now these are events that we will create. You'll see more events next year with a traffic driver and a crowd puller. Regarding the amount of money where tourism can contribute, interestingly, we just came up with a meeting where at a request from the requisite sector to say, do you have to tell me how much will it contribute? Because a World Bank report, which was issued in September, estimated that the creative economy only, which falls under the Ministry of Tourism, contributes about 10%, currently in its underdeveloped stage. So we're trying to find out how much is the contribution of tourism and culture, and that will include the tourism receipts. It will include the taxes and levies, etc., where we will get from some of our facilities. So I just wanted to share that with you. We'll come back to
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Quickly, sir.
So for the money, we at the United States Cultural Ambassadors Forum, and they give that money. Also the first one they don't give. They not ever give me money as a ministry, neither a government. Then they give the money to World Heritage Fund. With one way you the money, na any follower and any benefit. All what we do na supervision. Work the park go now na old family college. As I talk to you, but the work where they go, why not this year? Now because they don't for Kabila back, they know they Kabila again 551. We go to call, I don't tell them now, but they understand the universal value. If they interfere with the integrity and authenticity of the building as it is, they will not be able to nominate and put an UNESCO's World Heritage List because all they're giving are a tentative list. So somebody can talk about the monuments they already have. The same thing go for the one a day. But if you go to all the monuments a day, you find out say we keep them clean, we get signages. But for this program, we do fresh set of signages in addition to the one that below exist. So that all people in council will connect to culture and communities and we really don't say, I will people like promote. So I want to follow on this year.
Alright, final round of questions on this side. We start here now, we don't promise you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. Quick. Now one question per person there.
Choice FM. Madam Minister, when you talk about bringing international artists in, we like very good thing, but we like to see them. At the same time, we take local artists in. One of those local artists with the outside the country, one will remember to create that so that they will more exposed. The mere fact that what are the trying to talk about, the mere fact that they bring international artists and they want them really out of the country, they will not stand money. Why not be using people in their place account?
Thank you. So diaspora artists. About Sugarana.
New question to go to the director. Miata Elizabeth Gaiba, reporting from Radio Maria. The question to go to the director of culture. Since Sunaleka with this one initially program, so I'm from waiting at the faith of the Sierra Leone National Dance School, and since 2016 to now, waiting at the activities there more than the
Thank you. Number 3, yes. We don't assign number already. If you know your number did. So just wait. We can't tell you. Yes.
I am Amundu, the report for News Times Daily newspaper. Deputy Minister, waiting I want to know, next time, since we not going to take the vaccine, we don't not be able to eat again. So, but we need for go check yourself at the hospital and you say not free. How sure say, oh, go there, we not go pay money for or maybe we do this maybe. So if they ask you for money, waiting at the next step of the thing.
Anti-corruption. Number 4, are you? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, British freelance. Madam Minister, I just want to ask you a very simple question because I want to know your mind on the investment of reggae in this country from previous governments, leading to former mayor, Albert George Williams, bringing the Morgan Heritage and some other reggae artists into this country, all in the interest of promoting many similar interests of which relate to the culture. And the atmosphere in this country seems like young people going for reggae, but when it's come to pay because of local reggae shows, they have come in. So I want to ask you, what do you take into consideration in terms of the amount, cost of selling top Jamaican artists? Where they listen when they come and they call them back home, so we call them singer, we call them cool. What do you take for the cost? Commercially, so what do you feel we go get for the investment when you talk about the One Cultural Nation Center? If that's what we're posing it to the child.
Thank you. Next. 5 men, normally 6.
Good afternoon. Hassan Solomon Bokari, Freetown Daily Newspaper. Madam Minister of Tourism. Most times we don't see this entertainment just as entertainment. But now this One Nation concert, one way to see something beyond entertainment and all to go to national unity and social cohesion. So what this One Nation concert to do for prevail peace and national cohesion? Most times we don't see more, especially within the artists there. Especially when small money can inside. It's understanding you can there will be these segments themselves, would have been part of this program, would not only part of this program. So what would have do for understanding?
Very good question, thank you. 6.
Good afternoon. My name is Jaffa Mansell is from Radio Democracy. Minister, you talk about the ministerial ecotourism campaign. So I want to know what's the ministry assessment with one of the key things that we this ecotourism care about, when the people who connect with the environment, and also EPA, they work for protect the salmon conservation. Before this step, the environment minister belongs to say the Sierra Leone government institution in the man and they get a lot of encroachment. So on that one, what's the ministry assessment and how the ministry look at this, the environment issue, for the environment begin to contribute to the tourism sector in particular?
Thank you. One more person there, the nature man.
The name now, Mahmoud Silla from the Nation newspaper and Silla I Watch Online.
You don't carry register? You have no more, you don't carry register?
The question goes to the Minister of Tourism. The predecessor started a festival called Agro-Tourism. But as time goes on, that is continued. I want to make it tell the Sierra Leoneans what we are challenges, if any report was given to you, was agro-tourism. Because the then minister said she's going to continue agro-tourism. But as time goes on, that is continued. No explanation of the
Alright, thank you very much. I want to take the mic on a Kangi white boy. See again, question. Sharp. Yes.
Me, family. Good afternoon, me a white boy, me a citizen of this country. This question will go to Madam Minister of Tourism. Yes, in the theater, I see a lot of development over the book. But the question and the answer. Now the entertainment, we see some of them now we see good song there. Where them song they are not supposed to play. Right now you discipline towards them song and the way they play now this country.
Right.
two questions again. Mama, the hotels we see small picking where they use them and they will tell them. When you discipline to walk down, they will tell them. When they allow them to pick them, they will tell them. But what is the future?
Correct. You see why we now we ministry all cities in London. The important law giving microphone to ordinary citizens who they ask unfiltered but important questions. We thank you for your civic duty you don't perform. Madam Minister, we'll start with you this time, and then we'll come to you because you get very limited question. So quite a few questions in here about diaspora artists, the fate of national dance troupe, the payments, the value of it to the cost, what you take into consideration for, in terms of the investment we make. And then there was a big question about how you make sure see this festival not just about entertainment or, let's say, for lack of a better phrase, just the tourism part. How you promote national cohesion and peace and unity. And then my brother asked for the assess environment, the efforts for supporting ecotourism initiatives. And the question they say, what we could discontinue agritourism if you get any important challenges. And I think a bigger question about continuity. New Minister Maka is saying, no, again, your festival. And then white point question and mostly about regulation. How they regulate, for example, the music industry in terms of words, they can get categorization, what's in for picking, not for picking. Then in general as well, within the hotel industry, abuse of minors. So just so you know, Madam Minister, we get 8 minutes one for dog. So if you answer all the questions in the inside form in 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. So I'll go. I think Choice FM spoke about artists. Lady Felicia, they come, and they pay your ticket for come. We get DJ SKS, we come out from Jamaica, he said they pay your ticket. Arcade, they pay your ticket. Danny Bless, they pay your ticket. And then we get to the AS from the UK, he said they pay your ticket. We reach out to as many artists as possible, but not to everybody able for come. But going forward, these are just the first one. We were able to get more and more artists then going forward. Somebody also talked about the cost of this particular event. As Sierra Leoneans, we need for really begin for think big, but not big with a risk, but big with a purpose. This particular concert, this particular One Nation Reggae Festival, now a franchise we don't build. And why did we build it? Say the president and the current chairperson of ECOWAS. And cultural diplomacy now one powerful tool for people-to-people integration within West Africa. There is no event in West Africa where they of this particular nature, and it's happening under the auspices of His Excellency the President as chair of ECOWAS. When he takes this to ECOWAS, it will be a useful tool in subsequent years for the people in the Ghana, Senegal, they go for 30 December for Calabar Festival or whatever it is. It will give all of them an opportunity to come to Sierra Leone. And any time when a tourist in there, we know how much money they spend and what it will do to the economy. Yeah? So the investment, I feel right now, definitely we get some profit out of that. We don't already do jobs. It's running in the local economy. Some of the money now is higher. The only money we would spend to international artists was not even paid by us. We've been talking about having a private sector driven industry. And these are some of the strategies that we will employ for reduce the cost on resale. People find a program viable and invest into it. So you reduce the cost. So definitely, in terms of the profit margin, it is definitely much more than waiting we don't invest into it. Going back, Hassan also talk about how we promote peace and national cohesion. It's One Nation Reggae Festival. Yeah, we're reaching out to north, south, east, and west. We have artists from across the country representing each and every nook and cranny of the country, automatically representing one nation. Our theme is one love, one vibe, shared roots, shared rhythm. So that day alone, the promotion of peace, the conscious lyrics that we will listen from reggae music, when they tell me about spirituality, when they remind me about God. And once we follow God's word, there's a way that we will respect each other. We're using this as a platform for channel that kind of camaraderie where need for exists, where need for be deepened among all of us. Regarding the artists, there will always be differences between me and you, between the artists, because they're all fighting for space. But what have we done? We've reached out to almost every one of them. The only one they will not count on, and the one they will not choose for, and we respect them for that. We hope that as we get towards the celebration itself, they would choose to come on board and join me, because this is about Sierra Leone. It's about the many artists that we're behind. It's about even our push people. We're using this to also share and support President Leo's call against push. Come on, if we pull them people in our streets, they don't become rehabilitated. Where can they become gainfully employed? Not only inside the creative industry. If they sing, if they do performing arts, and anything, then we have the space for them. Yeah? So this is what we're doing regarding national provision and promoting that. In terms of the ecotourism campaign, I believe that it's gone very well. We had minimal resources, but we leaned on the partnerships that we had. Commercial Bank, Local Bank, Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project, they helped us do programs where we don't create a visibility. And unfortunately, you spoke about protecting Sierra Leone's conservation. We've been working very closely with Takugama on that. We've been encouraging people about our entire ecosystem, but it's not just about the ecosystem or the forest itself, but things like gastronomy. How do we preserve where we're getting our raw products from? These are some of the things that we don't share with people and across the entire country where we don't visit. In terms of Mahmoud Sila also spoke about agro-tourism. I'm really not aware of that, but thank you for letting me know. I will find out from my predecessor as to where we are, because I don't recall any report on that. But I've had conversations with the current minister on agro-tourism, especially as Sierra Leone stands to host the 3rd African Gastronomy Forum next year, 2026. And it's all like about agro-tourism, bringing it from the farm to the table. So these are things that we will follow up the conversation with Minister Kaka. Also, there was something about entertainment. We have an entertainment ambassador who was appointed by His Excellency the President. As a minister, I cannot move if I don't have my director. My director cannot move if he doesn't have his team. His team cannot move if we don't have people. It's a collective responsibility. So let us start to not put the pressure on the top, but let us also take our own responsibility in the little roles we find ourselves to support a national campaign or a national objective. So we have him, and we do understand that there are issues, but again, the root songs and anything that we find ways for manage the platform. That's why we prefer, if you ask me, reggae music, which is about a meaning. It has a message that it sends. It's different from hip-hop. Not that I'm crying down hip-hop at all, but I believe that there's more conscious vibes in reggae music. And we're hoping that our artists will minimize the lewd language and the offensive language that they use. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we will like hip-hop, molecule, hip-hop will say conscious vibes, so also original hip-hop and sober conscious vibes was a very good point.
One question.
The answer, I talk about the music and then the minors in hotels. The one you comment on that.
Yeah, the hotels, my apologies, because we have the National Tourist Board and they regulate hotels, their functions and classification. I will therefore find out exactly what they're doing regarding this, because again, hotels are a place where you cannot micromanage what they do there. So this is another message to our young sisters as well, for letting at least look after themselves and try as best as possible not to go in harm's way where they will be taken advantage of. But this is something that we will look into.
On that question, Madam Minister, the Honorable Chief Minister may convene a special meeting for where we look at how to protect minors in area that we will call designated unsafe zones at specific times. So a combination of factors, we will not call law enforcement, and we will work on that, there will be a release on that very soon. Include, say for example, certain area that then a beach, where they sell alcohol, with certain activities they happen. If you're not a minor, you're not supposed to go there. But we are not going to criminalize the minor. We will criminalize the person we own the place, the facility. Are you for saying no, this person picking up for Canada beyond a specific time? But the County Minister said, not black and white too, because of regulation, they sell ice cream, they sell alcohol. So if me go to the beginning, you just put to law, say all 12-year-old, you go now, and I make the approach of the law to for arrest people, they don't want it. Because if you don't believe that, you don't push anything in there. Now, a responsible, people-centered way for law enforcement. So we work with the same thing, we work with the minister in the sector for see if there are abuses, because people in the good will tell. You can go in family, some of we will get car, they move, go so place, we go down to family, which will become them. So you can't draw a line. But yes, there's a difference between where you come, mama, papa, and complete picking there for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl picking, where you can say sample dress some kind of way, the small like inside hotel room. Then there a different issue where I think say we all collectively, when the County Minister say, not to government for solve that you know, we all need for joining them. Quickly, if they ask them for money, what's it for you?
First of all, the young lady, I may be saying not 18 years, but I don't take some vaccine. But yes, I really want to assure people and say, not to today again, don't they do this screening from last year, and this year we expand that. And also, once you go there, you stay.
Make a report and then get an evidence that the ACC investigates.
So tell me that goes on.
Exactly. And on that note, I want to thank you to me, very distinguished panel. To get two big news where I want to as we left here in Nigeria, on an airplane for spread the word. We get a historic One Nation Festival. It starts the 25th, it is done the 30th. They don't take the time, careful planning and thinking. A rich set of activities, over 70 acts. We get international top artists that they can salute. Inside our weekday, Lord put aside the fete, the commotion, Lord become one country. Lord celebrate who like reggae, Lord enjoy the reggae, and Lord lift the country above all else. Second thing, cervical cancer. If now begin 12 to 18 years before you get exposure, 11 to 18 years before you get exposure to this HPV virus, do you go when it reach to you so they begin this vaccine? Not stop you begin, obviously with success rates Academy Minister say already very good. But if you're not woman would try for eliminate this sick, do you take advantage of the free services that go do you test, go do you screening? I want to thank you to Mr. Fode Jallo, who is the Director of the Ministry of Tourism, and to my colleague, the Honorable Minister for Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madam Nabila Tunis, outstanding Minister of Tourism and Culture, and my colleague and their friend as well, the Deputy Minister for Health, to Dr. Jabika Mustafa, for the wonderful work in the region to all, for all our participants conference. Until next week, we'll be there again, inshallah.